Good evening. This is Dare to Disagree, your friendly neighborhood podcast that is way, way better than that crappy spin-off show, Why Repent. Uh, this is Alone in the Dark out here in beautiful Colorado.
Just be a puppet master again. You don't care where I live.
God damn it, fuck you guys. I'm still part of that goddamn show. Robbie Pent, the champion, and I'll be taking over the show for the day. Listen to me, monkeys, since you want to say... No, I'm joking. Go ahead.
Wow. And so it begins. Hey, turn that shit off.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
But and then there's our fucking Jonathan Esther right there again with the technical difficulties. This piece of shit doesn't have an excuse now, man. He's got a freaking S5 that he somewhat stole, and he's still having fucking problems here.
I thought you somewhat steal something. You steal it or you don't.
Well, you know him, man. You know he can't just straight up admit to it. Like,
Oh yeah, I kind of stole it, even though I didn't.
but I don't know what the fuck this problem is. But one thing I wanted to get, which hopefully he'll be able to join in, but I wanted to get off my back, which I was trying to do last show, but I ended up running out of time, is I'm having a situation where, you know, especially now with the presidency, you know, the election's coming up somewhat soon. We got our first freaking candidate appearing, stuff like that. There's a lot of political debates appearing, right? Which is totally cool, you know. A bunch of people are going to spit out a bunch of bullshit. Whatever, let's think of it. But something that's been irritating the shit out of me is I'll see a political fucking debate and some veteran will throw out that he's a veteran like somehow that makes him more knowledgeable on politics than your average person. Okay? The reason that irritates me is because I am a veteran and I know that there is certainly nothing about being a fucking military member that gives you more knowledge about politics than any other fucking profession. Okay? There is freaking people in the military right now that have no fucking clue how politics work, okay? So just even going to freaking combat, shit like that, that does nothing to make you know which fucking president's going to be better than which one, you know? It's a tired fucking excuse and people need to quit fucking using it.
Okay.
I agree.
Well,
That was good.
I was going to expand on my point. Did you hear my point?
No, I don't. I can't because you know I don't think that being military makes you more savvy on the political arena or not. I don't. I think that being military might be being prior military might be a good requirement for to be in the political arena, but saying that you're an expert on politics and that your opinion is better than the next guy is a very puffed up statement. So it's all not irrelevant. But I do believe politicians should be required to have been in the military at one point or another, so that they understand all aspects of the government and what they're using and asking their military men and women to do.
You know, and I agree with that too, because I remember when I was in Tennessee, we had a friend of mine had a politician that he was a younger kid who was trying to become a congressman, and the guy really irritated me because his daddy was a congressman, and this kid had grown up rich, but he was running off the, you know, I'm gonna help the common worker fucking line. You know, there wasn't any big issues, but the whole fucking, you know, rich kid who's never had a fucking, you know, issue that us common workers have had, pretending to be a fucking spokesperson for me, irritated me. But one thing I brought up is he was talking about, yeah, a lot of my generation went to Iraq and stuff like that, and this is why I want to freaking get my, you know, and he kind of made it sound like I just want to make sure that my friends aren't sent to war, but he was totally separated from it, you know? And that's something that I pointed out, that it irritates me with politicians when they're like the only service because supposedly being a politician makes you a servant of the fucking the only service they provided is one that's given them way more fucking benefits than it costs them, like being a freaking, you know, elected official or stuff like that. you get so many more benefits than the actual cost. And those are prestigious freaking areas. Being in the military, you're expending way more than you're fucking getting. You're for the most part, I'm sure there's exceptions to every fucking rule, but you're actually providing a fucking service to your country. You're doing something for your country at the expense of yourself. While every other fucking position in the government is practically you're getting a way better benefit than you're fucking providing the country. So that's why I like seeing a politician that's used to be a veteran because hey, he actually fucking put his foot forward here. Yeah, he might have just been a fucking water dog or an admin getting a fucking Marine of the Month every other month, but hey, he took the effort.
So we saying that we wouldn't have minded John McCain in office. So.
Whoa.
Obviously, he
I
wasn't.
didn't say that being military makes you the best candidate until we require all candidates to be military at one point. You can't take that stance because I mean some of those guys. I work with a bunch of idiots. I know that these guys have in the past. I mean, shit, we were all in the same unit. We know what's up. There's plenty of people. I mean, just think of old fucking Manny who ran for politics and he was given the benefit of the doubt because he was a military member previously.
Yeah.
How fucked up would the world be?
Being in the military is a good check in the box for me, but that doesn't mean that you are my goddamn hero, Like, I like seeing it, but there's still a whole lot of the ways you could get to not fucking...
I would like to take a spin off of that and talk about how I think that members of Congress, politicians, you should only get paid for the time that you're actually in doing your job, and because it used to be like a public service, you only got paid when you were doing it, and then on your time off, you didn't get the salary that they get now.
They should also only be paid living wage.
Yeah, and I think that they should be only paid living wage for their state while they're in their state doing the work for their state. And then when they're in Washington D.C., they should get a per diem for the time that they're in Washington D.C. But I don't think they should be getting the ridiculous amount of money they get now. They're all rich anyway, so fuck them.
I could agree with that. It's kind of a we let them be in charge of making their deciding their own salaries and predictable results.
It was never intended for these guys to have a lifetime of being a politician. That's all they do. It was never designed that way, and now it is. So that's the result of the wrong people being there way too goddamn long.
Yeah, that was my only bitch. It's just, I'm tired of seeing people say that shit, throw that shit out there like it's a trump card. And especially the people I see most doing it were like the previous generation before mine who throw down that trump card. And then I'll usually get into like, hold on a second. Can you tell me what you did in the military? Like, did you ever deploy? Did you ever go to combat? Did you ever... It's fucking nothing. Before the Iraq, Operation Iraqi Freedom, all that shit, Afghanistan, the nearest real combat action was Vietnam. People talk about Desert Storm, holy shit, that was like a 3-week affair. Give me a fucking break. There is people, really rare military members that got combat in that fucking time frame, but it wasn't a whole fucking military. And it wasn't a real fucking deployment like our guys are seeing now or have seen the past several years. So, if you join just to get a fucking paycheck, maybe you should not pretend like you're better than everybody else. That's fucking foolish,
That's agree.
Indeed. Fuck them. Well, I probably shouldn't say it like that, but
Troops, I mean, but
not the asshole ones, which is there's a lot of them out there. Hey, I don't mind the asshole ones, not the ones just like hey, I was in the military. Well, what did you do? I work at fucking Giants. What do you want me to say? I don't care.
You know what's funny?
What you fucking do?
You say it the way there's a comedian that I like called Doug Stanhope. He had an
Which
exact
is
same.
what means he's probably not funny. But go ahead.
Oh no, he's actually hilarious. So
Pretty
good luck with that. What I was making
Very
is
good.
Doug Stanhope had this awesome joke where he was like, people say stuff like, "You can't say fuck the troops," and he's like, "What if he's an asshole? What if he murders people? What if he rapes people?" And he's a former military member. You still can't say fuck him. He's like, look. He's like, I am all about supporting the troops and everything, but there's one asshole that came to one of my shows in Indiana. Fuck that particular military member. I hope he gets shot by fucking terrorists while his family watches on Skype. It was pretty damn hilarious.
Uh, but see, that's the difference between saying fuck the troops and fuck that guy.
Yeah, I don't know. In fact, that
That's the only extremes, just like you're used to, Jonathan. That's different.
yeah, it gets a little there. Like, warn others, people.
Sorry, I had to throw it out there. Yeah.
Somebody, hey, I see that. I see
There's
that
not one
market
hood.
placement.
There's not one hood. That's all I gotta say. Anyway.
I see that market placement. Come on, one of us. Come on now. All right.
Business winning. All
Keep it
right.
going. Keep it going.
So is
I'm
that
getting
is
y'all
that the end
giggly.
of that, or do we have something else to attack onto that? Because I think we all agree on that one. That's a pretty simple one.
You know, for fucking dare disagree, we sure do agree a lot on a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Well, that's about to change. I know about your love for the Kim Kardashian show, so I'm about to ruin it for you right now.
There's a couple things we agree about. We support the troops and fuck Dave. But other than that,
Yeah, it's pretty.
That all works
Yep.
out.
Yeah. That was.
Everybody's got a group
Pretty much how the
together.
show goes.
I'll be the lightning rod. I'll be the lightning rod.
That's usually what you
Anyway,
are.
and anyways, what I was gonna
Did he just cut out again?
to watching reality TV to relax yourself doesn't make you part of the problem. You're wrong. You're the worst part of the problem. The worst part of the problem. Let
Wait,
me,
time out. Okay,
at, at,
explain.
at my job, I have people that come in all the time and pick up the magazines that are up front. And they'll say things like, "Oh my gosh, did you see the episode with Kim Kardashian doing this?" Or, "Oh my God, do you know the husband of the mob wife is cheating on her?" Or, "Oh my God, yada, yada, yada." And I always ask them the same question. I'm like, look, you understand reality TV is completely fake, right? They're like, yeah. So I go, so why do you watch it? And they go, well, it entertains me. It's something to get my mind off of. And I go, and usually one of the comebacks I'll hear to something like that is, well, what about wrestling? You like wrestling, right? What about wrestling? I'm like, no, no, no. Wrestling, putting on a grand scale. If I meet John Cena outside in the middle of the street and he meets one of his adversaries in the wrestling ring, he's not going to body slam that dude on top of a car right there. No, it's
That'd
an
be
act
awesome.
they do in the ring. But reality TV, the reason it's so bad is because reality TV tries to lie to you that it is real. It tries to tell you that the life that person is living on camera that you see is what their actual life is like. Now, I've actually been to a reality TV taping, not by choice. They taped right next to my store. When Housewives of Orange County were doing their show, they taped at a restaurant by my job called the Starfish Grill. And it took 3 hours to set up the lights before they showed up for the show. It took another 2 hours to actually film the show. And it took another 4 hours to get those lights out of here. In total, it took 7 hours to film a like 15-minute clip of a show. 15 minutes. And I'm exaggerating on the time it took on the show. It was more like 5 minutes, really, but it felt like 15 minutes. The point I'm making is what I noticed they did is when they were talking in the show, they made the restaurant reduce the volume so that they could be heard on the mics, and they made all the customers quiet down so that they could hear the conversation. So what happened is they set up in a restaurant where most of the guests didn't know what was going on. Now that's not the guest's fault, that's the restaurant's fault. But anyway, they set up in that restaurant. They made all the people that had paid money to come and eat there be quiet and have to listen to these obnoxious ass women sit over there and wax bullshit nonsense in the corner.
Is there another type of woman?
No. But fast forward a couple months, I'm listening to people talk about that episode in the store like it was a real thing that happened. These are the same people I soon asked, "You understand it's fake, right?" And they went, "Yes, but it entertains me." You motherfuckers are the reason we have bad politicians in office, white cops are killing black people, and vice versa. Fucking Obama is robbing everybody or saving anybody, depending on who you ask.
The
You
fucking
motherfuckers are the reason
million
all that shit
dollars.
happens because you motherfuckers just let shit like that go, knowing that a show is
all,
fake, calling itself reality TV, and accepting that shit.
all because you can't say a pledge of allegiance in class.
They're the reason. It's because of them they don't say the Pledge of Allegiance in class, and because of them that now there's a war on Christmas.
More on Christian.
Wait, so I'm not understanding your point. What is your point here?
Fuck people
It's
that
fake.
watch
They're watching
reality
that bullshit.
TV.
Here,
Uh,
here's what I think what he's saying is a lot of people look at like Kim Kardashian and Kanye and all these fucking idiots going, these fuckers are ruining America. But it's really not Kim Kardashian. It's the people who are watching Kim Kardashian that are actually ruining fucking America. The fact that you're taking your time and spending money on this girl and putting her on the air and view time and all this shit, you're the one actually ruining America. She's just benefiting off your fucking ignorance.
Man, you could have made Big Bird richer. And by the way, that's not what I said. I could have sworn that's exactly what I said, word for word.
so time out. So, okay, we're having a problem. Not that I watch reality TV shows. I fucking hate them. But we're having a problem here with reality TV shows because people watch them. Correct?
Yes.
Okay, what exactly is the problem here? I'm still not understanding the problem.
Okay. Okay, let me ask you a question. Have you met someone who likes the Kim Kardashian show?
Bruh, I live in Baltimore with a live black woman. That's
Fair
every
enough.
yes.
Fair
Yes.
enough. Were they the smartest people you've ever met?
It's a loaded question, man. That's fucked up.
Jesus Christ.
Look, man, the point I'm making is simple. The point I'm making is simple. I'm not saying those people are terrible. I'm saying those people are part of the problem. We could get rid of some Kim Kardashian and get some more legit important stuff on the air, like better Sesame Street episodes or some shit for the airtime dunces like Kim Kardashian are doing, which is wasting everybody's brain power.
And here's an example, like the History Channel got destroyed. Now it doesn't show anything about history, and it's showing a bunch of Pawn Stars and fucking other bullshit. The reason the History Channel's doing it is not because the History Channel's assholes. That's where the money is. People want this ignorant fucking bullshit instead of fucking history. You used to be able to switch to the History Channel and watch a bunch of World War II shit.
And learn some
Oh,
shit.
that shit was awesome.
Yeah, people called it the Nazi channel because it was always fucking Nazis all the time and how we killed them. You know, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. I love it. I'm playing Wolfenstein right now. I'm fucking slaying these bastards. But it got converted over to fucking Pawn Stars Network because people love fucking bullshit and we just keep feeding it to them. So,
I mean,
But
okay.
even more on top of that, everything he said, and if you ask them, and this is what pisses me off, if it was one of those things where I would ask and they're like, no, it's real, it's 100% real, okay, you're an idiot, I understand. But what pisses me off more is when I ask them, they will willingly admit, no, it's absolute bullshit. And then I will ask, then why are you watching?
Okay,
And
the
they'll
same. Okay,
respond.
listen. I'm trying to find your point because obviously I'm trying to find your point very hard. Um, I don't see it on this map, but it's the same way, and I'm the last person to be fucking taking up a reality show. But it's the same way that people say about us and watching wrestling. It's the same way. We know wrestling is fucking fake. We know it is bullshit. We understand. But we watch entertainment. Some people don't want to watch wrestling entertainment. Some people want to watch,
Now
okay. Good.
let me ask you something about wrestling. Right? Do you think there's any positivity that has ever come from wrestling?
Hell no. Wrestling has got me in fucking trouble often.
Man, please, listen, you get your ass in trouble, okay?
I actually disagree. I think there's a ton of positivity from wrestling. For example, wrestling is one of the easiest ways to show patriotism, like to explain what the concept of patriotism is. Like if I'm talking to a family member from Africa and they're like, I don't get what it's like to be patriotic. I show them Hacksaw Jim Duggan or Hulk Hogan or one of those skits where they're aggressively positive about it. You could even make an excuse that there is a certain element of teaching kids what it's like to be patriotic, what it feels like, the pride in the country. You could argue that, you could put that in there. You could argue that John Cena coming on a Wheaties box and telling people hustle, loyalty, respect, try harder, be better, be the best you can be. You can argue that there's a positive spin from that. I'm not saying that it is. I'm saying you can even put it towards it. Kim Kardashian, what is the positivity?
But listen, this has been recently in wrestling where they turned it down to PG-13. In the Attitude Era, what really?
In the Attitude Era, let's go with what you're saying. In the Attitude
Era, they had fucking Big Boss Man drag Big Show's supposedly dead father through the fucking cemetery in the casket. How was that putting on a good point?
I'm not saying there weren't some low points. I'm not saying there weren't some low points. I'm just saying the fact that in the Attitude Era, for example, when Vince McMahon, the boss of the company, was doing all that evil crap, making wrestlers get beat up by gangs of wrestlers and stuff like that, according to the storyline, of course. What happened? You got guys like Stone Cold, guys like The Rock, guys like freaking New World Order, for as long as that shit lasted, basically standing up and fighting back. You could almost argue that that's like an anti-bullying stance.
Kind of. But they was also anti-heroes.
No, and I agree. And I agree with you. I'm not saying all of wrestling is good. I'm not saying all of anything is good. But I'm saying, at least if you're going to use wrestling as an example, I can make an argument for some of the positive things wrestling has done. John Cena, you're right, this is PG-13, but you brought wrestling as an example. Cena, right now, currently, is the #1 requested Make-A-Wish Foundation request and has completed the most Make-A-Wish Foundation requests, period. And every time he sees these kids, you can see all these videos online of him talking to these kids, telling them, hey, this disease is beating you, this disease is debilitating, but don't give up. Just like I never gave up. Just like I keep working harder. You need to work harder and succeed. That's a positive aspect from wrestling.
That's the bigger
Give me an equal from a reality show.
That's the bigger point that I think. Like I don't watch wrestling. Okay, we've talked about it before. I don't necessarily have a problem with wrestling. I just don't watch it. There's a lot of shit I don't watch. But in the end, what wrestling's telling you to do is get stronger, train harder, put your heart into something, and you're gonna get big, or you're gonna get famous, popular. You're gonna get what you want. The whole synopsis is actually motivational, okay? Yeah, some people might take that and go fucking evil with it. They might be a fucking asshole. They might be the fucking anti-hero, blah, blah, blah. But the end result is go out and get what you want. It's confidence. It's fucking working hard to what you want, shit like that. With these reality TV shows, there's no build-up. I mean, what do you tell a girl who aspires to be Kim Kardashian? What?
Or a mom wife,
make a sex tape,
or a teen mom. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just there is no matter who ups, and as I said, if it was one of those things where people believed it was a good show, I could even let that go because I could just categorize that as stupid people. But these are people that are saying, no, I know it's bullshit. I know it's fake. I know it's dumb, but it entertains me. I think that shit is the dumbest excuse for taking up that much airtime that could have given something more positive to society. If this was like a neighborhood local channel, sure, you can click that shit off. But on a national channel where you can have more informational, much better programming, hell, I'll take American Gladiator for all the nonsense it was over that show. Because at least in American Gladiator, I can go, hey, if I work out hard enough, I can get on American Gladiator and challenge one of those guys. You know,
See,
there's something I can get out of it. I see nothing from reality TV, period.
but I believe that your focus is kind of focused on the wrong people because I give these people props that they do realize that it's fucking fake. It's smart. I mean, it's fucking smart. It's fucking fake. It's fucking stupid. They understand that. Listen, when I watch it, it's fucking stupid. I understand that, but it is somewhat entertaining to me. I don't watch it every day, but I watch it once in a while. I do tune in from time to time. I feel like your focus should be focused on motherfuckers who actually believe in this shit, who actually want these motherfuckers to succeed, who actually believe in this shit, and just has to talk about it. That's my problem. A lot of people
Hold
fucking
on.
believe that this is a real thing that's going on when this is fucking scripted. This is more scripted than fucking
All right,
wrestling.
let me try this. Let me try this analogy, right?
Okay.
If you walk in a room, right, and you see somebody eating a lump of shit, just straight doo doo, just
Jesus,
shoving it into their
your
mouth,
analogies are
loose,
fucking.
right?
What the
Hold
fuck?
on, it's a terrible analogy. It's a terrible analogy, but it's gonna make the point. You see them eating that, right? And you go, you understand. Not only is it disgusting, but that's dangerous for your health. And that person turns to you and goes, "No, it isn't. It's delicious and nutritious." How do you handle that person?
I don't give a fuck. First of all, if he's eating shit, there's
Exactly.
something wrong with him. I'd probably shoot his ass.
Exactly. If you don't give a fuck at that point, you can just move on from it and just be like, "That's a dumbass. I could give a flying fuck." Now let's say the same scenario. You tell them that it's unhealthy, and by the way, that's disgusting as hell, and they go, I know, I don't do this often. I only do this a few times, and it's just something I do to relieve stress."
I still wouldn't give a fuck. Fuck them. If they eating shit, it's something completely wrong with them. I wouldn't even ask them a question. If it ain't my family member, even if it is, I don't give a fuck. You eating shit, that's what you do. Just don't
You
touch
turn
my
around and
food.
walk out. Turn around and walk out of the room. Just let them be.
Just don't touch
No
my fucking
time.
food. Don't
whereas
try to
No
go pound
time.
no
No
ham.
lots of fucking time.
whereas I wish I could be that laissez-faire. Because with an idiot, I can go, I don't give a fuck. I can just move on. There's no hope for you. But with someone that
Did I tell you about being
could,
in white people?
it
Did I tell you
breaks
about being in
my
people's
damn
business
heart.
last week? Did I tell you about this is why. This is what happens. You stay in people's business, and this is what happens. He's eating shit. Let him eat shit. That's his business. It's not yours. And that's how motherfuckers get shot in the face. But go ahead. Make your point since you know you haven't got shot in the face yet. Make your point. Go
Nah,
ahead.
point made. Point
Okay.
made.
Yeah. People try grown folks' business. He eat shit. He might be in prison. Shit. They
So,
might eat shit every third Sunday or something like that. I don't know. What the fuck was that? You
hey,
like
so,
Go.
so, Jonathan
You-
Esther,
you-
what I get from this is people who are stupid and can't help themselves, let them live their lives. But the people who can help themselves and work, to get themselves in a better position, we got to hold them responsible for everybody else.
nice try. No. No. Very nice try. No, no. What I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is this. By the way, you're not completely wrong, by the way. I agree with most of what you said.
What? God damn it,
Most.
no! God, I officially hate you, man.
I couldn't let you get that whole win. Come on, man. Come on.
Oh,
You
come
know?
on.
In
I
the
should be
words
responsible
in
for
the
the fucking
words
re-
in
Never
the
mind.
words of Lupe Fiasco, filet mignon from my food stamps, medical care from Obama.
That boy good. That boy good. That boy good.
Background check for my chopper. Just saying, Lupe is making
That
a
boy.
point.
That boy good. I mean, the boy's name Lupe Fiasco. The boy good.
Yeah, more high-minded view here. They actually did a study on kids watching SpongeBob SquarePants, and
First of all, that show's fucking should be on Adult Swim. Really, that show's fucking. That show. Oh, that show got some good messages.
now
I want to hear this. Let him say it. What?
we've all seen this shit, okay? Now they did a study on kids watching no cartoons, kids watching regular cartoons like bullshit, Bugs and Daffy and shit like that, kids watching SpongeBob SquarePants, and then they would test the kids afterwards to see if it affected their intelligence. Well, the kids watching no cartoons and regular cartoons were about the same. The kids watching SpongeBob SquarePants was scored way lower. And their theory on that was it was a bunch of senseless bullshit, like Bugs and Daffy, that they have a running story arc, SpongeBob is just a bunch of senseless fucking bullshit. So you're staring at this, watching senseless fucking bullshit, and you actually get stupider for a time period afterwards, or your kids do, I mean, for a time period afterwards, seeing this senselessness. Now your brain isn't working right. It's not fucking following story arcs. It's not able to fucking comprehend. I'm willing to bet if they did this same shit with adults in these stupid fucking reality shows, that the same fucking results would happen. Take an adult watching no TV. Take an adult watching Game of Thrones or, fucking Breaking Bad. Something with a storyline that you have to follow. And then somebody watching Kim Kardashian's stupid ass. And I bet you that Kim Kardashian crew is going to score fucking lower. Okay?
Fair enough.
It's just senseless, senseless fucking bullshit.
That's exactly why my kids are not allowed to watch SpongeBob, man. We have never allowed. It's crass, and I don't want my kids. If they're gonna learn how to cuss and talk fucking nasty, it's gonna be from me, not from some goddamn cartoon. And second, I blame all this on MTV. This is their fault.
Oh, I don't disagree. I actually don't disagree with that. It all started. I think it all started with Real World. It all started. Yep. Actually, you know what? I'm not even gonna say. I'll adjust it. I blame MTV, but not because of Real World. Because when the Real World started, it was actually there was an element of realism to it. It was a competition. People were trying to get to a point. And if you watch the first 3 seasons of Real World, people aren't really being that shitty. There's some backstabbing for sure because it's a competition, but people weren't actively trying to be outrageous and shitty. There was nothing like people spitting in people's faces. There were a couple fights because it's a bunch of fucking young adults in a house with, at the prime of their lives, all in pretty decent shape. Yeah, shenanigans are going to incur. But once they hit season 3, I think one of the things they said is that's when the show started realizing they would get their best hits during the scandalous episodes. So they would start to screen their applicants by like the ones that had more issues, that were quicker to anger or certain things. So they'd hire a psychologist to kind of go through and say whether this guy is going to be prone to getting drunk, doing outlandish when they're going to be drunk and stuff like that. And all of this built and built until it came to a head with Flavor of Love.
Flavor of Love.
Oh,
Flavor of Love.
It was fucked way before that.
All of this was managed. No. Before that, it was still manageable. Before that, for example, in one of the later seasons of Real World, there was a guy on there, Mr. Cole Conscience. You know the name of this individual. He is now called The Miz.
Man, Mike Museum.
Yep. Back when he was on that show, all he talked about was how he dreamed of being a wrestler. That's all he dreamed about. He worked out, he talked about it on the show, and even though it was the competition, his goal was always to end up in the WWE. He is currently one of the more popular wrestlers in the WWE network. So up until that point, there was still an element of there's something being achieved at the end of this. But once Flavor of Love hit, that whole thing went out the window. It all became about the spectacle. Then Flavor of Love generated I Heart Hip Hop, and it just all went terribly wrong from there. That's where you get Tequila Shot, Love, and all that other freaking garbage that came after.
Yeah.
Or what was it? Brett Michaels' Rock of Love? What was that one?
Jesus Christ, Brett
Jesus
Michaels.
Christ. Yeah. I don't know if it's Brett Michaels. It's Michael something. He was a rock star. Yeah. Jesus. But yeah, I say I agree with you there. Uh, I almost called you the other name, Puppet Master.
Yeah.
I agree with you there, but I'll say this. I think even though MTV is ultimately to blame, I don't think it started off with MTV planning it to be that way. It
Doesn't
started off
matter.
being an actual competitive show, and you're right. I don't think it matters.
That's like saying, hey, I went to the bar and I drank too much. I didn't intend to drink and drive when I left the house, and then I didn't intend to hit that person with my car and fucking send them through my windshield. It's still their goddamn fault. They
Hey,
started the
Puppet
motherfucker.
Master, you
They
watched
put the
you
beer to
watched
their lips, man.
Puppet Master, you watched what's that movie? What's that
Uh,
movie? Alone in the Dark.
What
The
movie?
one with the driving under the influence safely.
Oh,
uh,
Wolf of Wall Street.
Wolf of Wall. Have you watched that yet, Puppet Master?
no, I haven't. I told you that.
You need to. I told you there's a great driving scene in there that makes that point of yours even funnier.
I will. I will. I just, you guys got me on this GTA. I'm trying to get through the storyline and
True.
get my skills up there. You know.
Make
True.
sure when
True.
you watch it, make sure you have the kids watch it with you. It'll really teach them how to get.
No, no, do not.
Right, right. I've been pre-warned.
Yeah.
I've been pre-warned that that's not a good
I
idea.
I
Hey,
Teach
told
them
him.
how
I
to slip
told him
coke out
exact.
of a prostitute's ass.
I told him exactly how that movie starts. Like the movie starts with a guy shooting blow in a prostitute's butt.
Hey, hey, you're not a real person.
By the way, does anybody know what that does? What does that do?
What?
Right away, man.
That, as
yeah, that
opposed to
shit
the
hits you
nose,
fast.
really?
I mean, I don't know which works. I've never tried it that way, but I'm not gonna
That's,
knock it.
that's what I'm assuming. I'm like, I think that's what caught me off guard when I first saw that. I was like, as opposed to what? Okay.
It's like what killed
It's like
fucking
it's,
Marilyn Monroe.
it's like when I found out that heroin is actually snorted, but people shoot it because they don't want to wait for the high.
Right.
That when I found, I was like, so somebody was like, man, this high is so good, I don't want to wait the 5 minutes it takes to get there. I'm gonna go ahead and liquefy it and shoot it in my veins.
Yeah. Like, you know how much
Yeah.
needles, but some ridiculous bullshit. And here's something else I'd like to point out. I'm gonna direct this to our female, and I want to say viewers, but it might just be viewer. Uh, Women have a bad case of watching bullshit fucking shows. Now, don't get me wrong, men watch a lot of stupid bullshit too. I'll give you like Expendables, like that fucking movie. This is fucking ridiculous, but it's good fun, okay? I watched
Calling
it.
expendable stupid bullshit? Are you mentally irregular?
But women have a habit of watching these goddamn fucking vapid, stupid fucking shows where it's some fucking chick who's like a journalist or a fucking clothes designer or a fucking werewolf or a vampire, and it's nothing but their relationship. And a lot of women, grown ass fucking women, watch high school shows, like school shows about kids in high school. What the fuck is wrong with you? Okay? Yeah, men's shows are usually pretty stupid. It's about war, you know, they're all fucking going to war and this and that. But it's serious fucking topics, okay? You know, these stupid fucking shows that women watch are just fucking pathetic and I think have a bad effect on women everywhere. You know, women start thinking that, hey, man, I need to act like this. I need to be fucking chirping little fucking hens that are just talking back and forth to each other a million miles a minute, and that's how everything goes. You know? I need to get in these relationships that are terrible, but we're going to spend an hour and a half working through it, and eventually we're going to end up together. No, get the fuck out of that relationship. That's why you guys stay too long. You're getting beat in fucking relationships and shit because you watch these stupid romantic comedies where it doesn't work out. If it's not working out while you're dating, fucking run. Okay? It's only going to get worse. These things are bullshit. So, that's my fucking rant. I think women need to really up their fucking game on the entertainment that they pursue. Because a lot of these shows that are directed towards women, the one that women want, are fucking garbage, okay? And it's not much on the men's side, but it's usually more like Game of Thrones is one that's kind of directed. There's a lot of women who watch that too, but I think like 70% of their viewership is men, and that's serious fucking topics, you know? Yeah, there's a midget banging prostitutes on there too, but you know, talking about fucking kingdoms rising and falling and killing each other and shit like that.
I mean, yeah, you have a lot of women that wants to base their fucking relationship life off of fucking TV. Is ridiculous, you know. All off of celebrities, and everybody wants this type of relationship or this type of relationship. They really fucking hate each other. Everybody wants a Jay-Z and Beyonce type relationship. Motherfucker, we're both broke, and mostly you're broke, because I have a job nowadays. So, you know, we're not having that type of relationship. Money won't bring us together, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. There ain't no fucking romantic scene on a yacht with us, okay?
Yeah.
Not yet, there isn't.
Bullshit. I don't know, man. It does, like, they're, you know, going towards a more high-minded aspect. Me and at least Dave, I know we've read these things talking about how the medium really affects the message, okay? Meaning that a TV, a reality show, a shit like that really can fuck with people. Like, if you go back into our nation's history, back during, like, colonial days and just fucking revolutionary times, like, for example, Abraham Lincoln. When Abraham Lincoln went around, I can't remember who his opponent was that he was campaigning against for president, but when they were doing campaigns, they would show up to your fucking town. It was outside most of the time because they didn't have these huge fucking buildings we have now. They would get up at the podium, and Abraham Lincoln would talk for 3 hours. Then his opponent would come up and talk for 3 hours. Then Abraham Lincoln would reply for 2 hours to what his opponent said. Then his opponent would reply for 2 hours. Then they would both have like a half-hour finishing speech. You're talking like fucking 8 hours of people sitting there listening to a speech. Can you imagine trying to get Americans to do that now? I mean, how long is the little presidential debate that we have? It's like a total of, what, 2 hours? Each one of them gets like fucking 45 seconds to talk? It's ridiculously different. We don't have the fucking capacity that our forefathers did. And it's really fucking missing from us. It's really a big fucking issue that we're getting so, what do you call it?
Dumb. I'm sorry.
Low attention spans. You know, we can't sit there and fucking really dig into our politics. It's really serious shit.
Yeah, and that leads me to the fact that I believe that our politicians are fucking bullshit when it comes to their ideas aren't their ideas. They're puppets for all the people around them. Politicians back then, those were their ideas that they were working for, and they were politicking for, something for. But the guys nowadays, literally, the reason that they don't get 3 hours to speak is because they fucking couldn't do it. They'd run out of things to say because it's not their ideas.
They don't got 3 hours of shit to talk about. You know, they would have to sit down after fucking 30 minutes. You know.
Can you imagine how many that we'd hear from the current president if he had to talk for 3 hours?
What happened to Herman Cain? They asked Herman Cain a question on like some little interview. I can't remember. I'll have to look it up. But they asked him something about like, what would you have done in this situation? You know, you said you disagree with the president, what he did. What would you have done? And that fucker was stone cold clueless about what he would have done. And he was one of the front runners for the fucking presidential election. You know, he got pretty far in the fucking race. It was fucking pathetic. You know, like, are you kidding me? You can't even, you know, here you are trying to be acting commander-in-chief, and you can't come up with a decent scenario, at least something to sell to the fucking viewers at home of how you would have handled the situation. Like, give me a fucking break here. And that's something I think a lot of countries are missing right now is those powerful statements we had back in the day. Like, and this has been my big issue with Russia this whole time. We talked about Russia. Russia has its issues, this and that. I really wish, and I think we had the perfect opportunity to do a Nixon goes to China with Russia. Russia was on its fucking back legs. It was fucking reeling after the whole Cold War. This, we could have gone there and made Russia our fucking best friends, and that would have taken the only fucking power that really has the power to fucking wipe us off the map. Okay? We could have made them our friends, and instead we just kept having statements just fucking with them left and right. Just keep poking at them and making them more fucking angry at us, making them hate the U.S. more, making them more isolationist. And we just don't have a statement who's that fucking skilled to make them friends, you know? To do a big fucking change like that. It's really affecting us more than we like to think. And I think it's a lot to do with bullshit.
That Putin don't give a fuck. I mean, that man's riding grizzly bears.
He's hardcore, man. There's a whole fucking team of women just wanting to have his kids. I love the guy. You know? He does a lot of stupid shit, but the way he does it, I don't love the guy, but I'm impressed. You know.
Epic. He's epic. That's all you can say. He's epic.
Yeah.
Every time I read a story about him, I totally think it's about a fucking movie. I can't even believe that half this shit is real, but it is.
The fucking last action hero or some shit.
He's a perfect plot, man. They need to fucking immortalize him in a character somewhere. Put him in a fucking comic strip or something.
Yeah, I saw that picture you posted there. She was like she's a veteran. I guess she's like a poacher hunter out in Africa or something like that.
Yup.
That's one hell of a fucking gun she got right there too.
Yup.
Yeah, I'm a fan of whatever that is that's going on with her.
Yeah, all that going on right there. She's actually doing AMA and Ask Me Anything on Reddit right now.
Wow.
She's giving real short answers. Like, I tried to read it and I was like, how do you feel about blah, 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 blah? And she's like, yeah, it's cool.
My kind of girl. My kind of girl. I ain't got time for this.
Who was that ugly motherfucker on Reservoir Dogs? The real, the one who wouldn't leave a tip. I can't remember his name.
I don't
Quentin
remember,
Tarantino?
No. The one
He
who,
is an ugly bitch.
I think you're talking about
Steve Buscemi? Am I getting that name right?
what's his name? He's on that show on Showtime now. Ah, Christ.
Boardwalk Empire or something like that, right?
Yeah, Boardwalk Empire. It's him.
Yeah.
Oh,
He had one on that AMA like yesterday. It was pretty good. He had some detailed answers. Of course, everybody's like hammering about Big Lebowski and shit like that. And, he said there was some odd shit he really liked to do, but he had great detailed answers. This girl,
Steve Buscemi.
She's not a fucking spokesperson or something like that.
Yeah. Steve Buscemi, that's his name.
Buscemi. Yeah, what did I say? Buscemi. I was close.
I think that pretty much settles that. Anybody else have anything else?
I got a little something that has nothing to do with any of those topics.
So whatever.
I had one of our viewers, maybe the only one. Yeah. Anyway, one of our viewers was over at my house the other day, and we got to talking. He was like, "Look, man, I'm not there yet. Maybe I missed it. Maybe I didn't. But did you guys ever come back and talk about the man that took your wallet? And if he was black, white, Hispanic, we had a little bet going that he was either going to be a fat black guy or a very hairy white guy. And I will have to tell you, we were all wrong, and that my wife was right, that he was a skinny Hispanic with long hair and facial hair. I don't know how she got that shit right.
She probably set it up.
That shit was legit. The only problem I have with this guy, because he didn't get away with anything. I mean, I ain't got him. I got pictures of him. If I ever find that motherfucker, I know what he drives too. So if I ever find that motherfucker around here, there ain't no reason to be around here unless you were here for a reason. So I'll find him again.
Good job, Mrs. Puppet Master. Your racist is accurate.
Well, she's the racist to the 99th degree, man. Don't fucking get it wrong. All right.
I knew it wasn't black folks this time.
But I find this motherfucker, I'll get him. That's simple. But yeah. So I have to give credit to the black men that they did not perpetuate the cycle of my stereotypes of black men.
Your stereotype.
We do okay.
Hey, you keep fucking with my stereotypes, I'm not gonna know what to do with myself. So you just cut that shit out.
Don't worry, we were late for the show again as usual.
It technically wasn't enough.
Oh, one other thing I want to throw out there too, which we really need to start. If I could get some motherfuckers on the goddamn game so we can start freaking getting this shit prepped up. We got Dare to Disagree crew on GTA 5, so everybody come join that shit and come fucking talk shit and do shit with us. Come on. Come on.
No snap. We got an actual labeled crew on there?
Yeah, I got to finish importing the fucking the image. I actually did some criminal fucking act to import the image, and it turns out Rockstar has that shit banned. Like, they threatened to fucking ban me from the website for trying that shit. Had it all set up and everything. Look at, we imported it for you, everything's perfect. Click this button, we'll fucking ban you. Like, goddamn, Rockstar.
Damn! Holy Christ!
So,
I mean, listen, I can definitely get on tonight. I really don't give a damn. I've been waiting to get on for a long time now.
yeah.
Motherfuckers is crazy.
We had a heist, me and Jay Esther there. We invited some people on on Reddit to come help us, because you don't want just fucking random people. If you get random people, they're fucking garbage every time.
Every time.
One guy messaged me, he's like, hey man, I don't have a mic, but I've completed this before, I know what I'm doing. I'm like, okay, that's cool, you know. So we got another guy there who had a mic, and then that guy with no mic. Well, we're going through like a stealth section, and the other guy had done it. The other guy with the mic, so he was like, okay, you need to stay next to me. We need to time our shots, our sniper shots at the same time. We need to use silenced weapons. So we're getting ready, okay? We're getting pumped up for this shit. And that guy with no mic just starts running. And we're like, stop, man, you're gonna fuck everything up. He kills everybody on the fucking level without setting off any alarms, and we're just following behind him like a bunch of lost fucking puppies.
Yo, we look like a bunch of kindergartners getting chaperoned through a killing zone. It was embarrassing. That boy just ran through there like a Jesus.
We go through, we finish the heist, which he fucking owns. Like, I'm on the ground team with him, I'm struggling to get kills on, because this dude just fucking massacres everything. Like, I'm just trying to shoot somebody before they die to get my own kills, you know? At the very end, you appear in a strip club, this guy walks over, kills a stripper, kills that other guy, holds me and Jonathan Esther at gunpoint, and then commits suicide and logs off.
You guys, I know that sounds completely made up, but everything he just said, 100% accurate. We were watching him, telling him he's the man, don't shoot us, we just want to be your pal. And in the game, he takes a pill out of his pocket, pops it into his mouth, and dies.
And kills himself.
You totally gotta start recording this shit, man. That was fucking awesome.
It was the greatest night of my life. Like, we were playing that game, and then halfway through, we all agreed, like, the saddest thing would be for all of us grown adults to be praising this kid, and it turns out to be like a 9-year-old girl in Indonesia.
Jesus.
Dude, that's what feels though, man. I don't fucking know. We gave him like most of the money. You can dedicate the money.
Yeah,
There's 4 of us. We gave him like 40%.
Yeah, we like on the last heist we gave him 40% of the money because we're just like, you earned it, man.
Alright, we should probably wrap this up.
All right, hey,
All right.
So, yeah, this has been Alone in the Dark out here in wonderful Colorado. Join our fucking crew, and see you next week. What about you guys?
Southern Masters.
Hello.
I'm out.
Jonathan Esther, following suit.
Word.
Fuck you all. Nice. I see that. That's great.
Still listen to that Kendrick Lamar, man. All
I
right.
don't.
What was that song with Ice Cube and? Oh no, was it Ice Cube and? I can't remember. It was
please,
like
tell,
Grace.
please, please tell me you see that Alone in the Dark.
Oh jeez.
That is so.
We'll see you guys next week. All right.
Jesus
Uh,
Christ.